Yeah, that'd be confusing too.
It would be confusing to you?
I think so.
Well, when were you born?
1986.
Okay. So you weren't, and you're, so what year are we right now? 17? You're not 17.
2017.
Are you okay with that?
Well, I mean, we aren't starting the number over. It's 2017. It all adds on.
I suppose so. You've
That's like saying 27. Well, 27. If we just start again at 7.
Yeah, I guess so. You know who has it easy? Anybody born in 2000.
Oh, yeah. They got it real easy.
Sometimes I don't remember my age. Somebody
do you
says
really?
like,
you have to
like,
do the math?
And it's like, man, or sometimes I'll say 30 and it's like, no, I'm 31.
Only right around birthdays, though. Then you get used to it.
All the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes I still write, like I'm writing a date and I'll write the wrong date.
Well, I'll do that.
By like 20
beginning
years.
of the month. By 20 years, man.
Sometimes I'm still writing 1996.
How?
I don't know. Just a little lapse in...
It's concerning. Got your wires crossed there, Matthew. So today we went to Dépanneur Le Pick-Up. It's an interesting little spot because it's like a little neighborhood diner. They've got a little bar right in front of the grill with a couple stools and seats. There's just between two pillars another little bench area that has 4 little stools that you could pull out and squeeze into. That's where we sat. Another couple tables along the side. But at the same time, between everything are shelving units with, rice and mustard and
Chicago
chips.
mix popcorn.
Chicago mix, yeah. One of our past snack times, if you want to look into that.
Look it up.
But at the same time, I walk in and I'm thinking, I guess I'll just order at the counter here. This is kind of a dépanneur. It's got a cashier up front. And they handed us 2 menus. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go sit down. There is one guy wandering around pouring us coffee and stuff. And so it is at the same time a little diner and a little dépanneur. You can pick up your food to go. You can eat it right there. It's a weird little spot, isn't it?
It sure is. I don't know what it is more of. Is it more of a restaurant or more of a dépanneur?
It's kind of half and half, isn't it? I wonder also if I could look into the fridge and be like, oh, that beer looks good. I'm going to drink my beer with my meal. Am I allowed?
I don't think so.
If I pick it up all to go, I can do whatever I want.
Well, you can't just drink your beer inside the dépanneur.
Couldn't I?
No, you can't.
It's a restaurant.
Yeah, but they don't have do they have a liquor license?
Heck if I know.
They must have a liquor license to sell liquor.
Right?
Probably not to.
They got park bench just out front, so if I want, I could just order my burger, grab a beer, and go outside and eat it.
Yeah, but I mean, drinking beer on a park bench is still illegal.
Not necessarily, no. Because if I have something to eat with it, I can call it a picnic in Montreal.
Can you have a picnic anywhere you want?
Questionable. Not sure. I think you need to be in a park.
Okay.
There's a park not far away. You just walk over to Jerry Park and have a little picnic.
So you're going to be having a picnic near Park Extension?
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Matthew.
Yeah, I don't know. I was considering maybe just opening up the fridge and grabbing a Stewart's soda pop, but then I thought better of it.
No, why not? Why didn't
free
you?
water right beside me.
I guess that's true. They did give us a bottle of water.
Fools.
And it's a used bottle of Perrier with just no cap on it that they use as like a pitcher of water or whatever. But I feel like a pitcher of water you can clean properly, and a bottle of Perrier I will reuse over and over. But at a certain point, I wonder to myself, is this really sanitary? How does one really clean out the inside of a bottle without some kind of bottle scrubber?
Well, you can pour boiling water into it.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Probably also freeze it. That might kill any germs.
That's a good point.
But
when you thaw it back out, won't they thaw out too?
That's true. But I doubt they're boiling their bottles.
Right?
But I guess that's what you'd do.
So on the menu, they had only a couple burger options. One that I knew you would get excited by, Matthew.
What?
The Bernie Mac Daddy.
I don't know why you think I love Bernie Mac so much.
Don't you, Matthew? I feel like you've talked to me about Bernie Mac dozens of times.
I definitely have not.
All of his classic movies like
Mr. 2000 or Mr. 3000?
Whatever that one is. Mr. 100, Mr. something like that. The baseball movie.
Wasn't he in Transformers?
The Bernie Mac Show. Maybe Transformers.
I think he was a used car salesman.
Sounds about right. Oceans 11, 12, and 13. Look Who's Coming to Dinner remake with Ashton Kutcher. What opposites that Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher? Polar opposites.
Yes. I guess. I have never really seen any of these.
So they had
I was not excited about the Bernie Mac attack. I don't even know what it was called.
Big Bernie Mac?
Big Bernie Mac.
Big Bernie Mac. So is there spin on a Big Mac? It was a 2-patty burger with melted cheese, some sort of Big Mac sauce, lettuce, and tomato. They also had a veggie burger and a hamburger. You had the choice to add on either cheddar cheese or a slice of Kraft cheese. Matthew, you got the burger, the hamburger, and you added a slice of Kraft cheese.
Slice of American single.
Yeah, American single. That's just a bachelor living in Milwaukee.
And a cheese.
And a cheese.
So I did that. Cheapest option.
Now,
except for not getting the cheese. I could have done that, but
I guess, yes. Second cheapest option.
Second cheapest. He tried to throw on bacon there. I did not allow it.
You thought about it, though.
I did, but I was like, well, no bacon. That's excessive.
Now, Matthew, we were thinking about food today, obviously. Eating food, thinking about food. And I was thinking about what food would it be really unfortunate to be. And I don't mean like bacon. It's so sad to be a pig and have some of you slice off for bacon. But what food stuff would it be sad to be?
Okay. I'm thinking about it right now. Do you have an answer? Like what item of food?
Yeah.
Be it something that was once living or even like a Cheerio, a single Cheerio?
Yeah. Like what would be a sad life as a food stuff?
Man, I feel like any option is a good choice.
Well, because you're being eaten ultimately, right?
Yeah. But is the goal to be eaten at this point? If your food, do you want to fulfill your purpose?
Well, I imagine it's better than rotting.
Yeah.
Being thrown away and serving no purpose. But like, I was thinking about rice. Like, rice is so sad if your existence is, you sit in a box or a bag for months. You get brought home, you get boiled, and then someone makes a little stir fry, and like 4 or 5 grains of rice stay in the bowl, and they just dry up and never get eaten.
4 or 5, I'm talking hundreds for me.
Really?
Sometimes I burn the bottom a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah. And so like so many grains of rice, individual grains of rice are just wasted. Seems like such a sad existence if you were that rice, if you were a sentient piece of rice.
That would be awful for however the rice, who harvests the rice?
Right? I don't know how rice works. Did they have like a machine that like shakes all the rice out of the...
Out of what?
It's a grain. It grows like a wheat type of thing. But like, are they individually picked? Is there just someone like picking individual rice grains?
Then you instantly feel worse.
Right?
About not eating all that
I wasted rice. 5. I wasted like, some Vietnamese person's like
entire week.
Couple minutes.
Oh, okay. I don't know how long it takes them.
They'd pick them pretty quick, I imagine.
Yeah, but if it's their first day.
Yeah. So it took them a while.
Yeah.
The whole first week was wasted in like between my pot and the few extra grains of rice in my plate that I couldn't quite pick up with a fork. So I just said, forget it.
Yeah. Man, don't even get me started on rice, though.
Why not?
I told you not to get me started.
All right.
Well, no, I'll say it now. Why are there so many different kinds of rice?
What do you mean?
Just there's. I'm not even talking about like basmati rice and
jasmine rice.
Jasmine rice, like that's crazy.
Brown rice.
I don't even understand any of that. But the cooking times, you got 5-minute rice, 10-minute rice, 20-minute rice, day rice, hour rice. See, jumping around.
Now, Matthew, I feel like these aren't necessarily different types of rice. They're just like different methods of preparation on this rice.
But the end result is cooked rice. Why is there ever an option past the 5-minute rice? Is it just so you could plan out your schedule better? You can make all your food.
Don't you find there's sometimes like plumper, moister rice than other rice?
But is that not the style of rice?
I imagine the longer you cook it for. Yeah, maybe the style of rice, and the longer you cook it for, the more plump and moist it is.
Oh, I've never found
like sticky rice.
Yeah, but that's a different kind of rice. That's like a sushi kind of rice. And I've never found a rice I like more than Uncle Ben's 5-minute rice. But you know what I can't find anymore?
Uncle Ben's 5-minute rice.
Exactly.
You should try minute rice.
There's a new...
Save time.
Yeah, exactly. I never
Eat
even
5
tried
times
it.
the rice.
Think of all the rice I could be eating.
You're missing out on a lot of rice.
It got replaced, I think, with Uncle Ben's 8-minute rice. 8 minutes is such an arbitrary number.
Well,
I can understand 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10. Now go by increments of 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
I mean, Matthew, do you really want to wait that extra 2 minutes for 10-minute rice over 8-minute rice?
Well, 8-minute rice is realistically going to be about 10 minutes.
Well, you got to bring the water to a boil and all that, yeah.
A roaring boil.
Isn't it a rolling boil?
I think it
like
is
the bubbles or the water is moving. It's not like...
It's more like, it's roaring at me.
What is that roar?
Well, have you ever heard water roar? It's not very good at it.
Wow.
Yeah, rice would be a pretty sad thing to be. For sure. Because if you're not eaten, you're burnt or you're discarded. And if you're left in the box past your... best before date, you might get little millipedes.
Oh yeah, those little bits.
Rice bugs.
Yeah,
that's a bad existence. I don't know what kind of bug I would be. Oh.
Let's get into it. What kind of bug would you be, Matthew?
I didn't mean bug, but potato bug.
Potato bug? Yeah,
love me some potatoes.
You do love potatoes.
But let me just jump out with how about something frozen. I don't think I'd like to be something frozen, like a frozen pea.
Well, wouldn't it be like being cryogenically frozen? Wouldn't it be exciting to like come out of your frozen state and be like, how the world has changed?
Still being eaten. Peas are still not on top of the food chain.
Well, no. But I don't know. Maybe you'd be eaten over dinner and people are talking about some future technology that you've never heard of.
Yeah, but do you think the people who would be talking about future technology are the kind of people who are going to be eating frozen peas?
Why not, man?
I hate frozen peas.
Really?
I use them for headaches.
Someone criticized me this weekend because when I eat peas, they are usually canned peas, not frozen peas. And they're like, disgusting. I was like, I don't know. You open the can, put them in the pot, warm them up, peas.
Same thing with frozen peas.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
A little more warming up time.
Right? You're better than me?
No one's getting fresh peas. Nobody has any place to... Nobody can...
People might get fresh peas.
Well, I don't...
I feel like you could go to the store and get
not in the circles I hang with.
in a pod?
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
You got to open up those pods?
Open up a whole lot of pods.
A lot of pods.
A lot of pods. Not very many peas.
So, Matthew, you ordered the cheeseburger, I guess. Hamburger with cheese, Kraft single. I had the Big Bernie Mac.
Yes.
What did you think when that burger sat down in front of you?
Well, they both came in front of me first, and I kind of wanted that Big Bernie Mac after all.
Looked good,
Looked
didn't
like
it?
a double burger, wasn't it? Was it that?
It was a double burger, yeah.
That was all it was. But the burger I ordered on its own looked pretty good.
Now, there was a classic Matthew moment when you got your burger in front of you, took out the toothpick that was holding it all together, and removed that slice of tomato that you forgot to ask them to remove.
The Dépanneur. What are they doing putting in tomatoes?
Well, they make food, so why not? I think the real issue was that the menu is very non-descriptive.
Exactly.
These are items listed on the menu with no description. It's like, this is the hamburger. Do you want cheese? Do you want Kraft cheese? That's all you know about it. Is there mustard? Is there ketchup? Is there lettuce, onions, tomatoes? I would have loved to have had some onions in my burger, but I didn't know what I was getting into. I just got it as is.
Yeah.
You would have loved to say, hey, no tomatoes, but you didn't even know if there would be tomatoes.
But I don't want to say that. I don't want to have to say it, because to me, a burger shouldn't just automatically come with a tomato. It should be an accessory that they should ask you, would you like a tomato?
See, now, Matthew, how many burgers have we eaten for this show?
Over 60.
Yeah, dozens. And so how often is there a tomato on the burger?
Mostly every time.
Yeah.
But
so don't you think maybe there should be a tomato on a burger, you just don't like it?
I think a lot of places are doing something wrong. And I'm not willing to admit defeat yet.
Okay, all right. Your one-man quest against tomatoes is ongoing.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, my $100 burger